Alright, so I am on the test server. I'm going to be looking at the new weapon Gemini 16. Now, I didn't cover the 10 when that came out because it seemed rather unremarkable. But here I'm going to be covering the 16, and I'm going to be trying it on all 5 of these mechs, so I'll try to have it timestamped in the video so you can skip to whichever one that you think is the most interesting to you. But in general, if you didn't know, the way that it works is it's essentially a quantum gun, but as a missile weapon. It fires 2 shots. The first one applies the weaken effect, which used to be called overheat, and then like a second later, it fires another one that applies stasis. The reload speed's pretty short. The base range is really high, and the projectile speed's kind of slow. There's a double damage chance as well, which of course scales while you're upgrading the weapon. Actually, it doesn't scale as much as I thought it did. So when you get it to rank 6 even, your double damage chance is maxed out. I didn't realize that till just now. But one thing I do want to mention is the damage on these. Now, I didn't look too much into the 10s when they came out. I didn't really do much calculation, like look into the stats too much, because the weapon mechanically seems like it doesn't seem like it's going to be very good, and I still think that, because multi-layered mods exist. But I want to point out the damage on these. When you include the weaken effect, both missiles of 2 weapons, you are dealing over 500,000 damage every 6 seconds. To put that into perspective, that is about as much sustained DPS as Minigun 16. So these things' damage is crazy high, but of course they have a lot of downsides too. I'm going to start it off on the Scorpius because that one just kind of makes the most sense. So yeah, let's just get into that. What's really deceptive about this weapon, one of my main misgivings, is that when you're not locked onto anyone, you see how the weapons are tilted upward, making it seem like maybe you're going to shoot upward? You're not actually going to shoot upward, you shoot straight forward, which is terrible for a missile weapon, or for a guided weapon, I should say. It's not a missile. I think I called it a missile. But yeah, so you see the way that they spiral as well, but the reload's really quick. Damage is super high. Like that guy died pretty much instantly. You see how much damage I'm doing to that Blockhorn shield. You can angle these a lot, and especially since there's a delay from the first to the second, means you can do stuff like this, where one goes off in one direction, the other one can go way around. So I could fire one there and then the other one like there, and it's gonna curve all the way around and probably not hit him because I didn't really angle it right, but you know what I'm saying. There's also no minimum range on this. It packs a punch, dude. Yeah, random leftover shot from that. But yeah, if it arced over stuff, I think it would be significantly better. The fact that I have to like poke my head out, and the way that they spiral too is honestly hilarious to look at. But also super inconvenient. Like it hits all kinds of stuff on like the maps. I'm not even using my ability. Like I'm not even trying to use my ability. The reload's really short. It's a lot better than I gave it credit for. But again, anyone with a perimeter multi-layer is going to be able to absorb, I don't know, like 3-4 mags of this. You know, theoretically speaking, super, super high damage, extremely high range, like base range. But practically speaking, it's not going to be all that. I was not trying to go for that guy. I was trying to go for this guy. Oh, nice. I got him. I wasn't even paying attention. You see, yeah. This single impact damage of the one, it's so high. Now, these guys, a lot of these bots had like single layers, or they had a blockade or something like that. So I was able to get around their shields a lot easier, but even still. Alright, so I have on Salvor now. The 16 was one of the ones I was most interested in, just because a lot of the better like backline support mechs tend to be 32 energy. But also, the low ammo count on this, very possible that the best mech's going to be Orion, just because, you know, obviously, low ammo count. Gotta compensate it somehow. I did mention this thing's sustained damage was not better, but about equal to minigun. That's only true if you include the reload time. The like mag dump burst damage is about on par with Stormrack 16. If you're not counting back or side damage. Obviously, Stormrack's better because of the radius. But it just kind of, you know, helps put into perspective like how much damage this thing's doing. But then, of course, yeah. Classic, the downside to weapons like this. I mean, I can just heal. Bye-bye. I keep forgetting, like, it seems weird to have a reload this short, honestly. Like, I keep just kind of holding on to my ammo, because I keep thinking I'm using, like, a Helix Rack or something that has a lot lower ammo. Or a lot longer reload time, I should say. Can I, like, fire that one and then it curve all the way and smack it? It's hilarious, honestly. Alright. You can stagger these pretty well. Like, pop out from one side, fire both, pop out from the other side, fire both. One thing I do want to point out real quick, there is a range implant for this thing. 30%. The base range is 170, which means you can get this to 221 meters range, which is so obnoxiously unnecessary. Yeah, I don't see any reason to put that there, except for the fact that it's just hilarious. Okay, on Outlaw now. This might be one of the decent ones. I mean, theoretically, it'd be a pretty good counter to like Deathwalker or something. I don't know. It's still, a big part of it to me is the trajectory, right? The fact that it has to fire straight as opposed to firing... I'm just freaking blasting, bro. As opposed to being able to fire up and over, you have to fire them straight, which kind of sucks. Like, that's not super practical. What in the world is that? And how am I... Oh, it's a block one. Okay, that's why. Yeah, see, all those freaking layers are gonna mess me up. This guy. My reach is pretty good, yeah. Stagger them a little bit, because the first one's gonna apply overheat, and then all the others are gonna deal 50% more damage. You can get a pretty steady stream of rockets out this way. Just by alternating fire. Which is kind of crazy, like the reload's so short, all things considered. Nice, alright. There you go. Curve that around, that should kill you. That should kill you. I can get either of those kills, because they died before it got there. Yeah, there we go, there we go. That might do some good damage, though. Oh, he died anyway. Like, I don't even know if this would be a terrible close-range weapon, I'm not gonna lie. It hits like a freaking railgun, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I have on Solis now. Solis might be a pretty good one, as far as this weapon goes. I don't think it's gonna be, like, phenomenal, but you never know. Keeping them from firing back while I'm... Because I do have to poke out, right? Like, I do have to expose myself a bit. So the blind to keep them from shooting at me is actually kind of really helpful. I got the other guy. I was not really aiming for him. Don't hit the block horn, friend. There we are. Try to get around the block horn, friend. There we are. Thank you to the block horn, friend. Pew pew. Hey, like, I mean, the cons are still there, right? Like, the things that I knew were going to make this weapon kind of mid are still going to make the weapon kind of mid. But oh my goodness, I did not appreciate this thing's damage. Like, I was fully unappreciative of this thing's damage. Like, yes, this is maxed out. So, like, basically best performance you could possibly get. If I could curve it there, but no. But still, you can pretty easily 1 meg almost anything, so long as it doesn't have a multi-layered shield. Which, I mean, this is not, like, super impressive. A lot of things could probably do that. I'm just saying. I think if they made this, like, arc over stuff, if it fired more like Helix and less like... I don't know what the hell it fires like. If it fired up and over as opposed to firing straight, I think this would be a significantly better weapon. Anyway, I have it on Mimicker now. This is, like, potentially... You could use this in a lot of different ways. Like this build. You could kind of roll it out slightly. I always prefer grabbing stealth on, like, my first few. Before my other stuff goes down. Before my mods and stuff go down. I always prefer stealth over anything else. Come on. Could boost the damage, but it's not going to matter against these mod shields. Nice curving, though. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you're dead. Nope. He's dead, too. I almost wish there was, like, a radius implant for this. That would be kind of dope. Oh, yeah, he's dead. Let me grab that. That was probably not worth it. What was that curve? Like, I don't know what that was about. The curve on this thing is respectable, though. I'm gonna do this before anything really happens. Uh-huh. Pew, 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 pew. It slaps, dude. Like, it really does. Pew, pew. Jeez. I don't know what that was, but it's gone now. It was a block horn. Okay. Bye-bye. There's the damage boost. And it curved, went behind him, too. I think, actually, if you do it right, you kind of get behind blockade multi-layers. Only really works for blockade, though. Alright, so yeah, I mean, this, it actually kind of has my interest now. But I'm betting that the best one is not going to be the 16, it's actually going to be the 12, because of Orion, obviously. You just mark somebody, and then you blast them with double 12s. The damage output's really good, and you get the shield piercing, so you don't really have to worry about the mods too much, as well as all those other, like, you know, damage bonuses. So that might be pretty decent. Even still, you know, most weapons that require a lock are not going to be meta, so it's like, it's not going to be meta for sure. But it is definitely interesting, and it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. But then again, my expectations were pretty low. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Otherwise, that will be it for me. Appreciate y'all. Take care.